Hello everyone, my name is Carol Ann Jackson and welcome to the Sociology of Mental Health. This is an asynchronous 8-week accelerated course. And so as the YouTubers say, let's get into it. I am so excited to be teaching this course. I am a big mental health advocate and I'm also just so excited about sociology. If this is your first or one of your first sociology courses, we will be essentially examining society. And in this case, what could be understood as a social problem. That's one perspective to hold it as. And understand where do mental health issues come from? What's driving them? How do different groups of people experience them? Is there stigma in certain communities or societies at large? These are the types of questions or topics we're going to dive into. And I'm so excited to be joining you virtually. I will occasionally post these mini lectures to just kind of provide an overall synopsis of information. Other weeks, there may just be videos that are posted from YouTube or readings. But this is just, this is just essentially a welcome video to welcome you to the course and go over some pertinent information for the rest of the semester and our first week. So first and foremost, I want to go over the assignments that will be due for this course this semester. Sorry, I have all these dings and things going on in the background. So this is a breakdown of the assignments. So there's going to be weekly discussion questions, which will be due by Thursday. You'll post a response there. The details for all of the assignments, by the way, are going to be located in your syllabus. So first and foremost, be sure to read through the syllabus thoroughly, and please feel free to reach out with any questions should you have any. The second assignment will be doing our weekly reaction post, which will be due on Fridays. I also will be assessing students for their online participation, meaning have you posted your material and also engaged with at least 3 other students. And so details for that, are on the syllabus. It's really important for this course to be successful for us to utilize discussion, right? We have to create discussion. We have to create really good dialogue. And I know when it comes to a topic like mental health, we can totally do it. There's so much to dive into. There are so many questions to ask, and I'm personally excited about a lot of the readings and the videos that we'll be engaging with this semester. I'm sure that they'll cultivate some really good dialogue. And with that said, dialogue doesn't just have to be, hey, this was great, I love it, I agree with it. I want your honest reaction. Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? You can provide your critique. You can say, I loved that, it moved me. Or you can say, this was kind of triggering, I wasn't ready. Or what have you. You can say, I don't actually agree with this perspective. I take this kind of theoretical framework, right? And so I think that will really make for the best dialogue, are those honest and intentful reactions, right? And moving on. So that's the discussion piece. You'll also have a biography due, which is actually going to be due this week. And I'll go over all the due dates again after we go through the assignments. And you'll have a final paper due at the end of the semester. So essentially each week you'll have usually 2 assignments due by the end of the week. And this week you're going to have 3. So this week, you will be doing a biography. I would love to know about you. I would like to learn as much as I can through an asynchronous modality about my students. I would like you to learn about me. Please feel free to tell me why you wanted to take this course, even if it was just a requirement, and what you hope to get out of it. Also, you'll have your first weekly discussion question due this week and your first reaction post. Okay? So if you have any questions, again, you can check out the syllabus. My email is on there. It's cajackson@albertus.edu. And that's essentially the breakdown of the assignments. So one other kind of caveat, if you will, is just thinking about our online etiquette. I'm so sorry about those dings. Our online etiquette. And so as a sociologist, I recognize that my students come from a variety of different backgrounds. I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I am Black and white. I am 32 years old. I have a cat. I have 2 cats and a dog. And I come from a lower income background. And so that tremendously informs the way that I see the world and the way that the world sees me. And that's what we call a social location in sociology, like basically your demographics. And so we may have a wide range of demographics coming into this classroom, and that's very exciting because that means we have a wide range of perspectives and outlooks. And so I always ask that students be respectful and open-minded. Keep an open mind, be respectful, and my personal mental health mantra is be kind. That doesn't mean that we always have to agree with each other. In fact, we might not agree with each other at all. But how can we have productive, meaningful, and intentful and respectful dialogue even when we don't agree, right? And maybe we'll agree with each other a lot. Who knows? The point is especially in an online space to be intentful with what you're posting and think about how others will receive it. That's all that I asked. And I just want to say I am so excited to teach this course. It is something that I think that our society needs to talk more about in a day and age of fast-paced living. We are still living through the reverberations of a global pandemic. It's important. It's really important. It's critical. It's imperative that we think about mental health and how we can be a more mentally healthy society, right? So going beyond just the individual level, but thinking beyond that to the family, to the community, to the societal level, right? How do we kind of generate, like if we were thinking kind of with plants, right? Like a symbiosis, right? A healthy ecosystem, a healthy, ecology. And what happens if that ecology isn't so great for the plant, right? I have a couple of plants here actually that I'm growing right now. What happens if I forget to change this water, right? What happens if I leave this out in sweltering sun, right? What would happen to these plants? Well, we too need to think about what happens when there are great turns in the economy, downward shifts, huge layoffs. What happens in a world where we may have huge amounts of hate speech or discrimination and inequality? And the list goes on, right? The list goes on and on for how these bigger life kind of happenings, or what we might call structural societal factors, can influence the most micro or individual kind of experiences, or what we call our mental health. Mental health is often, right, the psychological domain's expertise, and that's why it's so cool to take a sociological perspective about something that is often theorized from an individual level. So thinking about, okay, beyond just like brain chemistry, neurology, right? How does the home that you live in, or the community that you live in, or the society that you are embedded in influence mental health? And not just your mental health, but also like the stigma surrounding it, the understanding, the conceptualization. Do all cultures and communities think about mental health the same? Do they even believe in mental illness, if you will, right? And where does that definition, that idea that one is mentally ill come from, right? We're gonna dive into all of these things this semester, and I'm so excited. So looking forward to checking out your bios this week, looking forward to learning more about all of you, and I will check you out, I guess, online, engaging in this online format. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope you all have a great first week back into your fall semester. Peace.